Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of most ages.
We are an uncensored comedy podcast
covering a wide variety of movies and film.
I'm Ace.
I'm Con.
And I'm Droid.
And we are
Movies for the People.
And we're back. It's been a little bit.
It has.
The triangle is complete.
It's been like a month for me.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Feels good to be back. I missed you guys, and you guys, the listeners. I missed you so much. Jeff?
Jeff, you know who you are. Shout out. I think you're our number one fan.
You are our number one.
I think it's safe to say.
He contacted me and asked me where we were, why there weren't episodes. People, this has been an interesting past couple of weeks.
But we're back.
We're back.
And we're ready.
And we're coming at you with what?
A Star is Born.
The fourth one.
Is it the fourth one?
Yeah.
Who was in the original? I've heard that it's a remake, but who was in the original?
I have no idea who's in the original. I've never even heard of them.
Fuck. See, damn. Fourth?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Are they all like the same, or is it just basically the same premise?
It's basically the same premise. The first one came out in 1937.
God damn.
Okay.
Judy Garland was in the 1954 one. Barbara Streisand and Chris Christopherson and Gary Busey were in the 1976 one.
Gary Busey.
Oh my god. Who did he play in that one?
I hope he was Dave Chappelle's character.
He played Bobby.
No, the brother.
Yeah, I would assume the brother.
Yeah. I could see that. That's kind of what I thought in my head.
And I've seen this one a very, very long time ago, and I don't really remember it.
The Gary Busey one?
Well, the Chris Christopherson.
No, we're going to call it the Gary Busey one.
Chris Christopherson one, but yeah. I had to throw him out there because I mentioned him on the Predator one.
Yeah. Him and his son,
because his son was
like
in
Gary
the
Busey
new one.
Gary Busey's son?
Yeah, and plays like basically his son in the movie.
Yeah.
Same last name and everything.
It's really freaking weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you don't realize, like, he saw it, but like I look at this guy, I was like, why does this guy look so fucking familiar? He's like, oh, it's Gary Busey's son. I was like,
which guy was
that
it?
guy is old.
Who?
He's one of the he's like the head scientist.
Gary Busey's son.
Yeah,
he's the one who, like, when the Predators break it out of the lab, and he's like, oh, don't let it out.
And he's all like waving in the trying to signal or whatever.
Okay.
That was him.
I think I've seen that guy in something before.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of sons succeeding right now. You got...
I don't know. Is he really succeeding?
Hey, he was in Predator.
Let me tell you something.
We'll pay you $75 to be in this movie.
I'm sure he made a lot more than $75.
Me personally, I would do it for $75. I wouldn't even care if I was getting killed by a predator, like, for that $75. That would be awesome.
I mean, that's
extras make like $1,000. I don't think you should be doing that for $75.
Are you kidding me? Like, one of my childhood fears is the predator, and he gets to kill me as an adult. That's awesome. That's worth $75 right there.
Is it though, or is it traumatic as fuck? Maybe you just live with that for the rest of your life.
A little bit of both, but
you have to see him in person.
Not worth it.
Or like when the alien busts out of my chest, like, same thing. Terrified me as a kid. Like, we'll give you $100 to be an extra in this movie. We're gonna kill you right away, but you still get to be there. Maybe you'll make the cut. Maybe you won't. Who knows?
You will see the Predator.
You will see the Predator.
And you'll have $75.
And you'll have $75.
That doesn't even cover your flight to LA.
Oh, they're going to pay for the flight.
Oh, okay.
I guess it's a little bit more worth it.
And room and board?
And room and board.
Okay.
And you just get the $75 for the time being there.
Oh, man. That's interesting.
Anyway. This one... We had Lady Gaga
and Bradley Cooper.
And the man who looks the same as he did in the 70s, Sam Elliott.
Yeah. He's actually starting to look a little bit older. I noticed more wrinkles in his face. I think it's because he was on a big screen.
That could have been.
You know what I thought was hilarious is the fact that they were brothers. And I'm just like, fuck, how much older is he?
Yeah, he was a lot older.
Sam Elliott was born in 44. Bradley Cooper, 75.
30 years?
Yeah, 29. That's got to be fucking weird. I mean, I know, I'm assuming that they didn't have that big of a difference in the movie, but it looked like they had that big of a difference in the movie.
Well, they
he said he was like about a man. He was already like a man when they...
Yeah, they said that his dad had him when he was like 60-something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought the brother would have been like 18. Like, they're like 10 years is still a big deal. So I thought it was like he was like 18 when he was born or some shit. But
so,
what's this movie about?
This movie is about, just a small town girl living in a lonely world with some trans women and a big star who's shit-faced stumbles across this bar.
Very, very shit-faced. Piss drunk.
And he's having the time of his life. And then he sees her, Lady Gaga.
Oh, I thought we were talking about one of the trans ladies.
I mean, I don't know what he was thinking when he first walked in. Before he saw her, he was probably thinking, "Damn, he's a nice lady right there."
Well, he got stopped by
the best friend. What was his name?
Ramon, I think.
Ramon, yeah, that sounds about right.
Like, I don't think this is your kind of bar.
He's like, does it have alcohol?
Do they serve alcohol? He's like, yeah. Well, then it's my kind of bar. Then he walks in and he's just like, damn. What is all this?
But yeah, so what were your thoughts on the movie?
I loved it.
You loved it?
I loved it. I had high expectations going into it in the first place, and I think that it, in a lot of ways, met them and in some ways exceeded them.
Okay.
I can see that. I didn't really have like huge expectations. I expected to enjoy it just because like the trailers seemed really enjoyable. When we first talked about it, we said we wanted to see, when we first saw this trailer, we said we wanted to see it. But fuck. It was a good movie. Fucking Lady Gaga. Like, she can fucking sing, but fuck. She can sing and she can fucking act. We were talking about that.
She did good.
Oh, man.
She really did.
Me personally, going in, I kind of had medium expectations. I don't know. It wasn't high, it wasn't low.
Yeah, but I can say that's about where I was.
Because, like, Bradley Cooper is a pretty good actor. I've never seen Lady Gaga act, so I wasn't sure. And then I saw Dave Chappelle in the trailer, and I was like, yo, I'm going to see this. And let me tell you, I fucking loved this movie. Which I don't think I've ever said about any movie on this podcast, except maybe Infinity War and Incredibles. I don't think I said I loved them. This might be the first movie, guys.
You know what he said when we walked out? He's like, this is, I'm gonna have to put this in my top.
It might be in my top for the year.
I can see that, man. Like I said, I loved it. I really did. I like that they actually did the singing themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
I expected it from her, obviously, because she can, but he did it as well. So that was kind of cool. So it brought an extra element to it of realism.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the acting all around was just terrific. A part of me was hoping that the driver wasn't who the driver was. I was kind of hoping it was Happy Hogan, but
it kind of looked like him. It kind of looked like him.
I knew exactly who it was just because I watched Heroes.
As soon as I saw him,
I was like,
oh, it's the guy from Heroes.
Is his name Matt? I think his name's Matt.
Yeah.
He's like a cop, and he can read people. Have you seen Heroes?
I saw some of it here and there back in the day.
Pretty good show before before the last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, oh, hey, this guy's still doing stuff. Good for him.
Also, let me tell you, Dave Chappelle established his role as the best acting comedian.
The best acting comedian.
In his 5 minutes.
Best living acting comedian?
No. Best acting comedian.
It's even better than Robin Williams?
Yes.
In his 5 minutes that he had on the screen.
The emotion that he shows when he in his scene, because he only really has one. Just thought you guys should know that too before you go see it.
Oh, yeah.
Unlike me going in hyped up, like, I know they're only going to give this nigga one scene. Don't do it to me, though. And they did.
Technically, it was two. Two connected scenes.
They gave the nigga 10 minutes.
Tops.
Yeah, I might be exaggerating. He just showed so much emotion, and, like, I don't know, it was very good. Maybe Living. Because Robin Williams was a very good actor. So I'd probably say Living, yeah.
Okay.
And Jim Carrey is also very good.
Yeah.
So that might defeat Living. I don't know. Jim Carrey is he's up there. He's one of the top best acting black comedians.
Now you're just downgrading your statement. Should have just stuck with it and owned it.
I should have. But he brought up some good people. And I brought up Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey's okay. He's kind of lost himself.
Jim Carrey he's like an actor. Like, he's the type of actor I like the ones who really put themselves in a role.
Right.
Fully. Like, he's not, when he takes on a role, you don't really see any of him unless he wants you to see part of Jim Carrey. And that's great acting right there. Overall, what are a couple things about this movie that made you enjoy it?
I like like I said, I like the fact that they did the singing themselves.
I like the music.
That was cool. The music was good. It had some catchy rhythms and stuff. The stuff that he specifically was doing, and then their stuff together. The acting all around was terrific. I thought that her dad and his three friends were kind of fun.
They were fun.
They had like limited screen time, but they made the most of that bit of screen time.
And they had she and her dad had a very interesting dynamic that we'll get into after, but
yeah, and I think it was just a fantastically done movie. I want to rewatch the Chris Christopherson one from whatever the hell I said, 76, and then I'll track down the other two at some point as well and watch them as well.
Okay. A couple things that made you really love this movie.
Well, there's one scene in particular that you and I talked about, but I can't bring it up right now.
Well, like, just a couple things about the movie, not scenes.
This is a big part of that scene, okay? Or that scene is a big part of this, but once again, fucking Lady Gaga.
Yeah, Lady Gaga.
Oh man. I don't think, has she done any other acting?
I'd assume she probably has done
like
a little bit.
in like
I think she's probably
big
done
roles.
theater. I don't think she's done like a big movie, no.
Okay. Yeah, definitely much more than I was expecting from somebody just getting into like a big role like that. I think that
She was an American Horror Story.
Oh yeah.
that doesn't
Sin
count.
City.
I don't watch it. She was in Sin City?
Yeah.
Wow, what?
Machete Kills.
Oh. Oh, I did hear she was in Machete Kills.
Huh.
She's been doing
Well, either way, she was fucking fantastic.
it. She was fantastic.
I mean, for most of the reasons he said, I mean, I agreed with him on most of them.
I also agree that acting and the music was amazing in this movie, and the story. Is there anything you guys would change that you didn't like?
The ending.
The ending?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like it's definitely one of those movies where it doesn't end how you wanted it to.
I would have changed the way it happened.
Okay.
The ending, the way that it I didn't like the way that it happened. I would have changed how it happened. The outcome would have still been the same, but I'd have gone a different route with it.
Okay.
I agree with that.
The foreshadowing was too obvious, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Interesting. We'll definitely talk about that when we get into our spoiler full review.
Is there anything you would change?
I mean, I didn't want things to happen how they did, but like I said,
Well, not like story
no,
wise, but
no.
like
I'm saying like story wise, I didn't like how things happened, but I understand why, and it's a better movie because of it.
mm-hmm.
As far as anything I would change, like production wise,
give Dave Chappelle more time on screen. At least just like one more scene. Instead of just being the stereotypical token black friend.
well, I can agree with that. Only because they really didn't take much time to flesh out his character at all.
Dave Chappelle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we don't really like. We know that,
You could tell like he was a good friend, but I think if they had a little bit more of him, it would have been good.
right?
Maybe even visiting him in like the, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, yeah. I think I'll go with that. I can accept that change.
So what I would maybe change one. Go
I
ahead.
can't talk about it until we get into our spoilers. All of my shit always comes from fucking spoilers.
There's a lot of spoilers in this movie, guys, which means it's a pretty good one, and we don't want to tell you.
I mean, we want to tell you, but in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Keep listening.
10, probably about 30 or 40.
Fuck it. I just want to rush. Can we talk about it now, please? Please.
So
Please. Please.
what I would change
Please.
is
No, okay.
probably kind of like what Khan had said. Kind of explain the ending a little bit more. There was definitely some stuff in the middle that wasn't needed, and if we would have had some more leading up to the ending, I think it would have been a little bit better and taken out some of the middle that wasn't as useful. But overall, oh, go ahead.
I want clarification from that when we get into spoilers.
Okay. What would you say? Go see it, rent it, wait for Netflix.
I would say go see it, truthfully. It's really good. I can see it doing some Academy stuff here
Definitely.
in the spring. And I mean, it was fantastic. It really was. Start to finish. You know, it opens up with some good rhythms to the songs, and then there's some comedy. It's just a little bit of everything along the way. It was a total package good movie. Go see it.
Definitely go see it. I mean, everywhere's got a fucking $5 Tuesday, but even if you don't go then, just go fucking see the movie. You're probably going to like the music. The acting is great. It's going to make you feel. It's going to make you feel. I didn't cry, but I've been told that lots of people cried.
That's what I've been hearing too. A lot of people crying.
That's 3 go see it, guys. Go fucking see it.
Definitely. It's worth the time. It's worth the money. It clocks in at, what, just over 2 hours? 2:16. It didn't feel like no 2:16.
It really didn't.
It maybe felt like an hour 45, something like that.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like 2:16, but it maybe could have been a little bit shorter. There, like you said, there is some stuff in the middle.
Yeah. So I think that concludes our spoiler-free review of A Star Is Born.
Look to the skies. You'll see her.
I think it's time for trailer talk.
Also,
Trailer
don't
talk.
stare at the sky looking for Lady Gaga. You're not going to see her. That was a
Or
joke.
you might.
I guess. If you're fucking high as a kite, I guess.
Maybe you won't be high. She can fly, I've heard.
Well, she can do a lot of stuff that people didn't expect, so maybe.
Maybe. What'd you get this week, Con?
Rocket Man.
What is this about?
Elton John.
Who's that?
You would ask that. Did you know this would be the third thing that Taron Egerton, has done in regards to Elton John, or with Elton John? Some variation of Elton John.
I know there was the Kingsman.
Mm-hmm.
Now this. What was the other thing?
Sing.
Oh, yeah. He did sing in that. Sing Elton John in that.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Yep.
He was the monkey.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful voice.
He does have a beautiful voice. So
That boy's got soul.
He's got some shit
if
going
he's
on.
gonna do all the singing for this here movie portraying Elton John's life and everything, I'm on board for it, just with what I've heard from Sing.
Yeah, I think
So-
he'll kill it. He's a good actor.
He is a terrific actor. He's got the world at his feet right now.
I think of this generation of young actors, I think he's probably leading it. He's probably the Michael B. He's the Michael B. Jordan of this generation.
I can support that.
How are we splitting these generations? Because how old is Michael B. Jordan?
I don't know, but I consider him after Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
And the generation after.
Michael B. Jordan's got to be like what, in his 30s?
Yeah. I put like in Michael B. Jordan's class, it's Michael B. Jordan, Miles Teller, the guy who played Green Goblin, all the people from what was that movie with the superpowers?
Oh, fuck, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I can't even think about it. It was the three. What is it? Fuck.
Super 8.
No, fuck, it's not Super 8. It's where the three get powers from the fucking...
It's 4, I think, actually, and then one dies.
Oh, yeah,
Spoiler
yeah.
alert. Well, we didn't even
From
tell
a
you what the
movie
movie is.
The one with Michael B. Jordan in
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my God.
It was a really good movie.
It was.
And it had the other guy that played Green
God.
Goblin too. Yeah. But yeah, it put all of them in that like same type of generation.
Yeah.
And then I don't know who else. Probably some other people. I don't know. But yeah.
But if I could give some advice to the studio, this is slated to drop May 17th of next year. Drop it in April or drop it in June. Do not drop it in May. Disney is about to fuck your world.
Yeah. Yeah. They're making a bad
continue to
decision.
fuck your world. When does Disney really stop?
Well, they're dropping Avengers 4 in May and Aladdin in May.
I'm just saying, when does
So
Disney
you've got-
stop?
You've
They're
got
dropping both of those in May?
you've got 30 years worth of age range of people that are going to go see both of those.
Yeah, they should definitely drop in either April
Chronicle.
or August. That's what it
Chronicle.
was.
That was
yeah.
a movie. Sorry,
I would stay out of May personally.
I would stay out of May, June, and July.
Go for April. April would be your best route. I think this movie will be fantastic. It looks like it will be just from the trailer. But I'm sorry, going toe to toe with Disney is not something I would envision when I'm trying to make money.
I'd agree. Don't fuck with Disney.
Even if you drop it at the end of May, they're still going to
Competition
be
drives profits.
they're still going to freaking be pulling how many hundreds of millions of dollars off of Avengers at the end of May even.
At the end of June, they're gonna be
Right. I mean,
they'll probably get 100 million.
they'll probably be clipsing that $2 billion marker again, midsummer again, still, so
In this situation, Disney is like Mondo Burger in the alternate reality where Mondo Burger shuts down Good Burger
right.
and then takes over
So,
the fucking world.
What
because
if Rocket Man outperformed Infinity War?
That'd be some shit.
That would be incredible.
What if we started this campaign to make everyone go see Rocket Man that instead of Infinity
I'm
War?
gonna tell you exactly.
And then
what
the
fucking
next
happens.
week, go see Infinity
I'm
War.
gonna tell you
Then
exactly.
all I'm
what
asking
happens.
for is a 0.5% of all the money that's made.
No, you know why?
That's it.
Because if we
0.5%.
start this campaign tomorrow, some motherfucker from a Disney hit squad is gonna show up at my fucking door, and I'm not about that shit.
They will. They will show up and kill all three of us.
I'll call him.
And it'll be a
Kingsman.
mouse. It'll be a mouse.
They'll just be wearing fucking Mickey Mouse hats and fucking. Oh my god, fuck them. No.
But it's got Jamie Bell in there, Bryce Dallas Howard,
Ooh.
Taron Egerton, obviously. So it should be awesome. I'm excited for it. It's a long ways out, but I'm still really excited for it.
That's gonna be some
I am
shit.
too. When does Queen drop?
When is
November?
Bohemian Rhapsody drop?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
November, I think it is.
Is it November? Okay.
Fuck, it's that soon?
November 1st.
Shit.
That's gonna be a
That's
gonna be a
be
good
an awesome
one.
one too.
I think
That one's 2 hours and 14 minutes, so that could feel like 2 hours and 14 minutes.
If it does, you just start singing Bohemian Rhapsody in your head, and you'll be good.
I'll
It's a
probably
long
be singing
fucking
along
song.
to every song. So
For the music less parts.
You guys think in Bohemian Rhapsody we'll see the gay sex that was missing from Papillon?
I imagine there will be some sexual scene on both sides of the fence for Freddie.
No, that's not what anyone wants. No one wants to see Freddie with a woman.
Oh my god.
It happened,
It definitely happened, but nobody wants to see it.
and then it's
Who wants another movie with a rock star sleeping with hot chicks?
What was the last one?
What was the last one? There was what was the last movie about a rock star?
Exactly.
The only thing I can think of right now is
Rockstar.
Walk the Line.
What do you got for Trailer Talk?
Me? I've got my favorite movie from my childhood. Aladdin. The teaser trailer dropped. It's a Guy Ritchie movie. He's a great director. I saw the teaser trailer. I saw the lion head. I got excited. I saw the actor playing Aladdin. I was highly disappointed. Why were
that was?
Why is that nigga's lip so pink? It really upset me how pink his lips were. Like it just the whole image like looked really weird, and I need a full trailer.
When I watched that teaser trailer like the minute it dropped. I've been waiting for it for a while, and I was so hyped watching it, and then I saw Aladdin from the backside, and I was like, oh my god! And then I saw him from the front side, and I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
damn.
Mm-hmm.
Like-
It just doesn't like I have faith in Guy Ritchie. He hasn't really disappointed me before,
No,
so I think he'll be okay. But I'm a little bit worried, you know. I'm right now, guys. I'm pulling up the actor I think should have played Aladdin. As soon as I find his picture, I'm pretty sure this is him, but he looks a lot.
Sorry guys, I'm sick.
He looks a lot.
is it Jake Gyllenhaal?
Better not.
Jake
be.
Gyllenhaal should have played.
Fucking no.
What's he from?
Okay.
He's from Master of None. His name in Master of None was Anoush. Sure, he's not the right ethnicity of brown person, but I think he would have killed it. His name is Gerard Lobo. That's who you should have cast, Guy Ritchie. Expand your horizon on brown people, motherfucker.
But like,
Or me. I could have played him.
no. You couldn't have.
I could throw in one of those Superfly perms.
You would never be the diamond in the rough.
I could be.
No.
A whole new world.
No.
Whatever.
All right.
What's your movie?
Oh man, my movie is The Best of Enemies.
The Best of Enemies?
Best of Enemies.
Who's in that?
Taraji P. Henson and
Taraji?
Oh, I said Taraji.
Yeah.
Taraji P. Henson.
Sound like you're saying a Lion King lion and shit.
Taraji. No.
Taraji P.
Simba's,
Henson?
no. I'm just sorry because I heard Simba's mom is Taraji. Anyway, I'm just weird today, guys. Taraji P. Henson and Sam Rockwell.
I love Sam Rockwell.
It's
Who's Sam Rockwell? I know the name.
he's in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Is he the black guy?
No, he's
No.
white. What else is he in?
I got it here. You just keep talking.
Yeah, you can. keep
Green
talking.
Mile, Charlie's Angels, lots of shit. Anyway, it's actually based on a true story. That happened in Durham, North Carolina. Taraji P. Henson plays Ann Atwater, who's a civil rights activist, and basically, like, a school gets burnt down, and they need somewhere for the black kids to go to school. So they're like, "Hey, let's send black kids to this white school," and the KKK's like, "Fuck all that. We don't like any." Can I do that? I'm not. Whatever. Anyway. They hate black people, and they don't want them to go to school with them. And Sam Rockwell is C.P. Ellis, who's like a KKK leader.
He was Justin Hammer in Iron Man 2. That's what I was trying to get to.
Oh, okay.
He was also in 3 Billboards. And he played a racist in that.
I still haven't seen that movie, and I really want to.
Really fucking good.
I heard it was good.
Really fucking good. There's definitely a few N words that are dropped in there that I'm like, ah. And there's also Peter Dinklage as like a southern midget, and they're making midget jokes about him, and it's funny.
Well, Sam Rockwell may or may not. I don't think he's actually racist, but he's a super racist in this movie.
But 3
He's a
Billboards
leader of the
is
freaking
done
KKK.
by the guy who did In Bruges and 7 Psychopaths, and I really love both of those, so I really want to see 3 Billboards.
If you have HBO, it's on there.
Hey guys, talk about my movie now.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks. Anyway,
Wait, what's the movie again?
fuck you.
Who's it starring?
So yeah, and then they're like, we don't like black people. They can't go to our schools. And she's like, my kids are going to this fucking school. And he's like, no, they're not. I run the KKK in this area, and I say no. And they're like, well, we're gonna have to come to a fucking agreement because my kids are going to this fucking school. And there's lots of court battles.
Can you say no, they're not like that again?
How did I say it?
Hang on, my kids are going to this school.
No, they're not. I know.
You're like, no, they're not.
Oh man,
Looks like it's got a pretty good cast in it.
yeah, and for reasons beyond their control, they have to team up to try to desegregate this school.
The
district.
KKK and her?
Her and this guy,
Sam
who's
Rockwell?
also a prominent figure in the KKK. Yeah,
That sounds interesting.
yeah.
Did either of you guys ever see Hidden Figures?
No.
Amazing movie. And Taraji P. Henson won an Oscar for that. And she deserved it. She killed it. And
Is it on Netflix?
I think it is. I think this is her first like big movie too after that. So I feel like she's shooting for another Oscar. Let's see if she gets it.
She was in Acrimony.
What's Acrimony?
I don't know.
Was that after Hidden Figures?
This came out in 2018.
Huh. What the fuck is that?
Well, this one, that one sounds pretty interesting. Might definitely have to go see that.
Acrimony was a movie that was released in Nigeria. That's why we haven't heard of it.
Damn Nigerian movies.
Acrimony?
It's also a Tyler Perry movie, which is why I care less about it now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we're going to move on now.
Yeah. Sorry, Acrimony.
What are we moving on to?
What are we moving on to? Bin banter.
Oh, fine. Why you gotta say it like that?
Because it's bin banter.
What was that look on your face?
Bin banter.
I heard you the first 3 times.
Hey, you keep your damn dirty ape hands off of me.
Wow. Wow.
No race thing.
No race? Do you see my skin?
No, it's because we're about to talk about Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
I'll let it go this time.
Hey.
How fantastic is Andy Serkis, though? Seriously.
He's amazing.
Oh, fuck.
He is.
Like, we were just talking about Adam Sandler and how he deserves a Lifetime Achievement Award. If you disagree, at me on Twitter. I think Andy Serkis also deserves a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Just for his work in mocap.
And even just regular acting, he's pretty good.
He's a good actor in general. But,
I mean, if you disagree with that, he could probably beat your ass because he's been playing a monkey for a long fucking time.
He revolutionized mocap.
Yeah.
So he's kind of been 18 years he's been mocapping it and destroying anybody who attempts to do it, not named Andy Serkis.
That's not true. Benedict Cumberbatch did a pretty good job.
He did.
But I'm sure it was with help from Andy Serkis.
Yeah, probably a little bit of guidance. I mean,
I need some guidance.
They come from the same universe, so
yeah. So what do you guys think of Rise of the Planet of the Apes?
I loved it.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
I first watched it. This came out in 2011. I didn't watch it till probably 2013, 2014, something like that. I watched it very reluctantly. The 2001 Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes movie kind of ruined any desire to see another Planet of the Apes movie. And then I saw it on like Stars or some shit like that one day. I was like, fuck it, whatever. I'll record it. I'll watch it later. And I watched it and I was just like, wow, that shit's incredible. I should have seen this in theaters years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just the story was different than what we'd seen from the previous Planet of the Apes movies.
Right.
And I liked the originals. I saw those as a kid. And they're good, but I was always worried that they were going to make the apes not so apish like they did in even the 01 Wahlberg one.
Yeah, so I saw the 01 one and I was weirded the fuck out. I was like, are these people? Are they monkeys?
Yeah.
They're part monkey? I'm so
and
confused.
I was just worried that was what was going to be kind of the same thing that would happen here. And the whole story was different on how everything came to be. And it was just awesome. The entire, the story, the writing, the dialogue, the acting, all the way through character arc after character arc was just an amazing movie all the way around.
I'd agree. I saw the Mark Wahlberg one. I've never seen the old ones.
I avoided the old ones because of the Mark Wahlberg one.
I like the old one.
You can watch
the Mark Wahlberg one.
You can watch the originals and appreciate them for what they are, for being from the 60s and 70s and everything. And you can appreciate them for what they are. The Wahlberg one has no excuse. This is 2001.
I liked the Mark Wahlberg one, but I've rewatched it and don't like it anymore. Because, I mean, when I first saw it, I was 6 years old.
Yeah, I get that.
But I think these, from just only seeing that one and seeing these took it seriously.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're at a time where like the technology was there for them to actually make great movies.
Right.
And that first one really kicked it off. James Franco killed it. Guy from Third Rock from the Sun
John
killed
Lithgow.
it. Yeah. And the story was just great. I mean, the mocap was amazing to where it made you feel for a monkey.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
that's because they had Brian Cox, who was a complete a-hole. His son, played by Tom Felton, a complete D-bag. And they were just absolute fuckers to these monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they were in their
Malfoy
care.
was in this.
You know, and you even feel for him early on after Franklin had to put down all of them. And he refused to put down the baby. And that's when he passed it off to Franco's character. It was like, you can put it down or you can take it home with you. I don't really care what you do. I'm not doing it anymore.
Right.
You kind of get that feel for him right there in that, like, 15 minutes in? You kind of get that feel for him. But you also have those other characters later on that are just treating him like shit. And you get that understanding of why they need to break out.
Mm-hmm. I definitely thought this movie, like, as a whole trilogy, I know we're just talking about the first one, but as a whole trilogy, these movies I feel like don't get the recognition they deserve. Like, I feel like everyone's seen them, but they don't get a lot of hype when they come out. I feel like they don't really make the money they should.
No, I know you don't
are.
give two shits about the numbers. Okay, I know that, and I don't care because I'm going to feed off with what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
The first one had a $93 million budget. It did 54.8 opening weekend and finished over 482 mil.
Damn, that's word of mouth right there. People went and saw that shit. Were like, "Yo, no, this ain't Mark Wahlberg. Go see it."
Dawn had a $170 million budget, so they upped the budget significantly. It did 72.6 opening weekend. You know what it did for theater grossing?
What?
Throw a number out there.
$1 billion.
Okay, throw a realistic number out there.
600 million.
710.
Damn. What'd the third one do?
$150 million budget, 56 mil opening weekend, and finished at 490 plus.
I think that might have just been my feelings for the third. I feel like the second one was the most hyped up. I think that's the reason I watched the first one, was because the second one was coming out and looked so damn good.
And it did look so damn good.
That I was like, yo, I gotta go see this.
This
I'm
is
gonna have to watch the first one.
One of those rare instances where I think that the sequel may have actually been better than the original as well.
Yeah. Well, because it really got into a little bit of the juicy shit that everybody wanted.
But the story in the first one was just incredible. It really was.
It was.
You understand why Caesar's mom acted the way that she did when you see that she was just protecting her baby.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy because both Caesar's, everything that gets set in motion happens from them trying to protect each other, because like Caesar's mom's trying to protect Caesar and she gets shot because she's freaking out and they put all the apes down. And then Caesar is trying to protect Franco's dad and freaks the fuck out. And they have to take him to the fucking, like, what is, like, it's not, is it a sanctuary?
It's kind of like a sanctuary. It's run by the same company that, or a division or whatever of the company that Franco worked for.
But he gets sent away because of that, and then he meets these other apes who he can communicate with, but he can also communicate with people. He's got like a higher level thought process than they do. And that's the moment where like he sees how other apes are treated and having to like live that lifestyle. He's like, nah, it's just not for me.
Yeah.
It makes him feel like, because there's earlier on in the movie he asks if he's a pet or their friend, you know. And I ever since then, it kind of seems like he struggles with that idea. And now that he's like in a cage with other animals, he doesn't have anything to really keep him connected to his old life. And there's like the scene where he has the window that he's drawn on the wall, and he just scratches it and wipes it all away, and it's like he's done hoping to go back because this is where he is, and he moves forward from that, you know.
Was that symbol in like the originals?
No. That symbol was the window.
Yeah, I know that, but like it becomes a bigger thing in like the later things.
Right, but it's like his symbol for home.
And that's why I wanted to know, like, if it was in the originals, like maybe it was like something for
Kind
their
of like
society,
a nod.
like it was like their
I don't really
their
remember
army
the originals a whole lot.
badge or whatever.
I don't remember the
I'd be
originals
annoyed
a
if they
whole lot.
changed that into something nice,
It's been
because it was something nice in this movie.
Well, I just mean like their society's emblem, like the American flag. It's like their flag
Get what you're saying? I would appreciate it.
because it's their home. Do you guys think there's going to be a fourth one?
no.
No.
It was made into a trilogy, and that's how they closed it.
You don't think there'll be a fourth one with like
No.
them being space monkeys or whatever?
Fuck no.
hope
I would
not.
fight you for that.
Because the original, they like were more like intelligent, right? At the end.
Yeah, the intelligence. I mean, it came. That's why there was so many of the Apes movies back in the day. There was like 5 or 6, I think, in total.
And like didn't they have their own like human-like society?
Yeah.
Or is that just in the Mark Wahlberg one?
Well, that one too. That was kind of a nod to the original one.
I don't want them to make another one because I haven't seen the original ones, but I feel like this was a better story.
I think if
can-
they have a good writer and good director, they can make a fourth one that is still good. And if they can, that's also great because not a lot of things can make 4 really good movies. And all of them be like sequential.
I don't know that they would need to. I think it'd be a waste because it was literally designed to be a trilogy. It was one of the best trilogies probably of the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I'm trying to think of like a better trilogy. The only thing that I can think of that might come close when the third one comes out is How to Train Your Dragon.
And that would literally be probably it,
Yeah.
truthfully. I mean, you take a... I mean, even in the MCU, there's not one. Which is crazy because the MCU is just loaded with fantastic movies. But
I think the MCU is weird though because it's in one of those. It's one of those things where like they come out with great comics, right? But then there are comic runs that people don't like. So the MCU comes out with all these different stories that are inspired by comics, and it's like, well, people are going to like them or they're not going to like them. Unfortunately, they're not always going to be as solid as we want them to be.
I think because they're at a certain point to where they're like, we have characters that people love.
Right.
We can put out a bad movie and just move on to the next one if it doesn't work.
Right.
So they don't
They
really
have that content.
There's like certain ones that have to be great, like
Right.
Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2
Right.
have to be great. Avengers had to be great, and it was okay. At the time, it was great. Looking back on it, it's okay. And Avengers 2 was just...
Before we
was
go
a
down the Marvel fucking rabbit hole,
yeah.
I'm just
But seriously, though, I think that Dragons is probably the next closest thing that could even rival it as the best trilogy of the last 15, 20 years.
Like, the only other thing I'm thinking of is Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, Planet of the Apes. We'll have to see How to Train Your Dragon 3 before we announce that.
I
Take
think
it.
that How to Train Your
Take
Dragon
it.
3
No, fuck that. Don't ever.
would have to be an absolute shit fuck of a mess to take it off of the contention for best trilogy.
I don't believe that is even possible. So.
And I
Yeah.
don't think so. Because 1 was incredible. 2 kicked it up another notch. Made it just more fun.
And from the trailer for 3, I'm already I'm there.
And it was what, like a 45-second teaser?
It was longer than that. It was like a minute or something.
Toy Story is another great trilogy.
It is. I don't really like 3 a whole lot, though.
It's because it wasn't for you.
They're all for me.
No.
Oh, yeah.
It's for the next generation. Give the toys to your kids.
Like 3, I liked it, but it wasn't for me. So like I didn't feel like I did when I felt for. Like it kind of was for us, but not at the same time.
I'm bummed that they're making a 4th one, though.
I am too.
I really liked the closure from the Andy story. I thought that was fantastic. That was a wonderful way to end it out.
I agree.
But
They almost had us crying.
Almost.
Like it was like a Star is Born.
so, are we good to talk some spoiler now?
Yeah, monkeys. Actually, one more thing. Do you guys think Planet of the Apes is racist?
No.
People say that it was created and the apes were supposed to represent black people. And
I mean, I don't think these recent ones are racist.
No,
but
no,
if
no.
the original ones were racist.
the
who
original
fuck
ones were
knows?
racist.
I mean, there's a definite possibility around
we're
that
talking
time.
the original ones?
Yeah.
It's possible.
I mean, there was like a legitimate fear for white people that black people were going to take over, and they always called us fucking monkeys. So maybe
Let's be honest. It came out in like the 60s, which is still probably like the prime of racism over the last 60, 70 years.
Yeah.
To call it racist, I don't think is too much of a stretch.
yeah.
New ones definitely aren't. New ones definitely. Because I feel like the originals kind of made to be like for humans, for you to root for the humans. Are the original ones, and then these new ones, you're rooting for the monkeys pretty much all the time.
You really are, because you see how shitty the humans are in this trilogy, and you know it just you're rooting for the apes the entire time, really.
Yeah.
Caesar's character just wonderful.
I never
Throughout.
loved a monkey until Caesar.
He had some powerful shit in that first one, man. You know, really like right at the end when Franco chased him out into the forest and he was pleading with him to come home, and all the other apes are closing in on Caesar, and he looks at him and Caesar's just like, Caesar is home.
I'm just trying to get over the fact that Ace just said he doesn't love Mighty Joe Young.
Fuck Mighty Joe Young.
I really don't care about.
Did Mighty Joe Young start a rebellion
No,
and take over the world?
but he was mighty and he was Joe. I don't know how old he was though, so I can't really say young.
All right, Star is Born. I want some clarity from what you were saying earlier.
I just feel like maybe they. Okay, spoiler alert. First of all, yeah, we're done with bid banter. We are now moving into A Star Is Born spoiler discussion. So if you have not seen A Star Is Born, go see it. Come back and listen. Listen. Hey.
Definitely go see the movie. I don't know what you're waiting for.
I didn't even do it. Right. You know what? I'm not going to. I'm gonna get it down. I'm gonna do it one day.
I think during the middle part where they were kind of talking about all her like going into being a pop star, they could have cut some of that out. I feel like there was like really one scene of that whole thing that was important. And that was when she performed on SNL and you saw that she's selling out. I don't think they needed a whole bunch in that area that they had, and if they would have cut that down a little bit, they could have maybe gone into him spiraling into a depression instead of it just being an instant thing like that.
Yeah, but the thing with him spiraling into depression, though, it wasn't really like a spiral.
It wasn't.
It was like a drop.
It was instant. And I think that also, but yeah, so I don't know if I could change that because it was so instant. That's why I think it was so emotional.
Which makes me, you talked about the foreshadowing being too much. When did you know?
When he was sitting on the bench at his rehab center.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When he was talking to his...
Yeah, that's when we talked about that.
His...
when he was a kid.
Mentor, whatever the guy would be to him. His listening ear, whatever. He was talking about how he tried to do it as a kid, and I'm like, don't do this. This is too obvious. I get the path that he's on, and he's self-destructive and everything, and I totally get that, but...
Here's my problem with it.
You just laid out the ending for everybody.
Here's my problem with it, and I guess it goes back to what you were saying about wanting to have a different ending.
I would have.
It was so
when he goes
quick
into the garage.
It didn't make any like. Her agent comes over and talks a bunch of shit without her knowing.
Right.
And he basically coerced this man. He didn't. I won't say
he did coerce him into it. He literally did. He told him that she will be better off without him. You have embarrassed her. You're basically a giant piece of shit. And without saying go kill yourself, he said go kill yourself. That was full-on coercion. 100%. And I think you keep that path there the same, but when he goes out into the garage and he backs out the truck to do what he did, he should have just hopped on his motorcycle, been loaded, and just died in an accident that way. Maybe takes away from the impact of how he did it, but the outcome is still the same and he's still gone.
Yeah, but the whole point is the impact of it. Like, I get that they gave it away.
It still would have had an impact, though, because he would have been fully loaded after going to rehab, being in a better spot, seeming like he was okay, and everything. And the fact that he's loaded would have just still delivered an impact, or even just a straight OD or something.
I don't know. I don't really agree.
Are you saying that he should have made that decision to do it that way, or the writer should have written it that way?
Just either way. I mean,
because I feel like the impact of it, if he was on a motorcycle ride-in, I don't think it would have been as big as, like, I know the scene where they just show that glimpse of him in the garage.
It's not a glimpse. It
was a long scene.
It's a very powerful vision.
It was intense,
and I don't think you get that from him. Just
if he would have crashed, it wouldn't have had that, and it made you feel horrible.
I didn't feel horrible. I felt like that guy that talked him into it was a complete ass fuck.
Well, yeah, he was, and we all know that.
Yeah.
But you still feel shitty because he's dead, and I feel like it wouldn't have delivered the same impact if he just went and got into an accident because he was drunk.
But god damn, that song was beautiful after that.
Yeah,
the emotion that she showed while singing that, holy shit.
She deserves an award of some kind for this movie. Breakout performance, actress. I mean,
I'd say definitely for the song.
The songs, I think there's a few that she could easily win.
I wonder if they wrote all the songs.
They did.
They did?
Yeah.
That's even fucking better.
The way that they showed that song with him and her, and how they're just two different meanings, and how the foreshadowing to that, like, that was amazing. It was an amazing scene.
You know, another scene that we talked about this, the scene where she went to visit him at the rehabilitation center, when she's got a straight fucking face and one single tear, and I'm just like, holy fuck, how?
She was really fucking good.
Oh man,
she is incredible. I'm very comfortable saying she deserves, like, best actress. I don't know what's going to rival that
Scarlet Witch in Infinity War was just as good as Lady Gaga. I don't know what you're talking about.
Moments when we don't know if he's serious or not.
I know that he's not, but I mean, like, I'm trying to be like serious here. Like,
Yeah, she definitely does.
I mean, what other performances are there out there? You know, that maybe what's her face from the movie that was called Kingmaker and then got renamed to something less
Was it
awesome.
like The Wife or something?
I'm so sick
Yeah.
of old white bitches getting awards.
I mean, that movie, I don't know, maybe I never saw it. I lost interest when they changed the name.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I've heard the little girl in the 8th grade is really good. I'm trying to think of other movies we saw that we've seen so many movies with like great female performances. Because they still separated by sex, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, best
Actress,
male,
best actor.
Okay.
best actor, best actress, whatever.
Because I know they were talking about combining it in just best actor or best performance.
That would be cool, but there'd just be so many more snubs then.
Definitely would be.
And I already don't like the snubs that we already get.
There'd be like a back and forth argument on that because they'd be like, "Oh, that just means there's."
I think it would be cool if they had like
I
that as
agree.
as its own, thing, not the thing.
Yeah. I don't know. As far as ones we've seen, I can't think of.
So it might have to go to Lady Gaga.
I'm all for Lady Gaga.
Congratulations, Lady Gaga! You're the best actress in anything we've seen recently.
In 2018.
Anything we've talked about on this podcast. Good for you.
Like, there's definitely like a lot of female actresses that I've enjoyed their performances this year, but I don't think any of them really compare to her.
Right now, the only thing that could maybe do it is Emily Blunt later this year.
What is she in?
Mary Poppins.
No.
That would be the only thing that could maybe come close.
She's just copying someone else. Someone that has already laid the groundwork for that.
Right, like the 4th movie called The Star is Born.
It's just the premise, though.
Here's the thing, though.
The
Everybody
the music
knows-
changes. People are different.
76 one was based around music as well, though.
Well, no. What I mean is the premise is a famous person, non-famous person.
Yeah.
Like, she's not playing that same actress or that same character that actress was playing.
Right.
Emily Blunt is literally playing the same person that a phenomenal actress has already played.
And pretty much everybody knows Mary Poppins. Most people don't just know there were 3 other Stars Born.
I don't know if she'll kill it, or I don't know if she'll compete with Lady Gaga, but I do think she'll be an amazing Mary Poppins. I mean, as soon as I saw it, it was perfect.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anybody else.
That's it, man. I think that she's the next closest thing.
Maybe not a woman, but he was someone's bitch. In Papillon.
Oh my God.
Oh, also competing with Lady Gaga, clone bitch from Jurassic World.
Did we just have this conversation about you calling her clone bitch?
Yeah. I just had to do it one
She's
more
a
time.
child.
It's the last one.
Oh my God.
She was so annoying. She'll
Also,
always be clone
pretty sure.
bitch.
Pretty sure we
I
all
don't know-
called her clone bitch. At
I
one
don't know
point.
if I've actually. I didn't call her that.
I did. I was on board with it. It's a fitting name. I know who you say clone bitch. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember her.
Oh, Gabrielle Union.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, I don't know if I've actually said this, but as much as I was talking about Lady Gaga doing great, Bradley Cooper did fucking amazing as well.
Awesome. He was a charmer. I was sitting there in the theater like, God damn, this man walked up to me on the street. I might fall in love with him too.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think my favorite. Two of my favorite scenes with him were when he's talking to his brother after they kind of make up, and after he's leaving the rehab center, and his brother drops him off at the house, and as he's getting out of the car, he's like, that time we were, I'm talking about I stole your voice, and he like opens the door, he's like, it was you I idolized, not Dad. He like shuts the door, and you just see him crying.
So that scene was so funny and also so sentimental at the same time.
And then when he goes to apologize for calling Lady Gaga ugly, just the level of vulnerability he has in that scene, like you can see how ashamed he is for having hurt this woman that he built up after all this time in the way that he did. And I was like, I can fucking feel that.
I think he did a great job when he cried too in the rehab center. Like,
yeah.
It was such a weird, like, I'm a tough guy, but I'm trying to like be emotional. Like it was very well done.
Could we see Best Actor and Best Actress come from this movie?
Maybe. I think it's a possibility. I mean, Best Actor. What guys have we seen just do amazing?
That had an amazing role. I don't know. Yeah, I think they could. I really think they could. You know who might? She's definitely going to be nominated for Best Actress, and she might beat Lady Gaga. I don't think she deserves it, but she will. She might. Constance Wu from Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh. I mean, she's good, but not
exactly.
that good
but
as Lady Gaga.
The Oscars now are on a whole new train of like acceptance.
We'll see.
And I could see them giving it to someone who doesn't deserve it because of that.
If anybody bitches about it and hasn't seen both movies, they should shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Both great movies, but Lady Gaga was definitely better.
Exactly.
Much.
Yeah, I think he definitely could win it. I can't think of anybody else. Maybe what is his name? Fuck.
From what?
He just had a movie that made like $1. What was his name?
Fucking.
He touches little boys.
You're talking about billion
dollar boys club. Yeah.
$1 Billion Boys Club.
I want to see that movie.
Don't see it.
I want to see it.
Pirate it.
Because Taron Egerton's in it.
He is?
Ansel Elgort is in it. They're the main two, and that's why I want to see it.
Do you think he touched Taron Egerton?
I think that... No. I don't think so. No. I don't think Taron Egerton's...
Kevin Spacey, that's what you were thinking.
There we go. Kevin Spacey.
But I want to see it because
did.
those two are in it, and I love both of them guys. They're fantastic young actors.
They're all... We can't deny Kevin Spacey is a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
He is, but I mean, even when I talk about like my favorite movies of all time, as much as I love Usual Suspects, I don't even mention that movie anymore.
Yeah.
I just leave it out. I don't even mention it. And that's one of my favorite movies of the 90s, right there, hands down.
God damn it, Kevin Spacey.
You know, Seven, same thing. Fantastic performance. I won't even really talk about it.
He's not
Other
even
than
in it for the
occasionally
last
asking the
few
FedEx
minutes.
guy, "What's in the box?" And he's
What's
just
in
like,
the box?
"They don't really tell us what's in it. They just have us scan it." And I'm like, "Oh, it went over your head. Cool. All right, have a good day."
Yeah. Kevin Spacey, you're a piece of shit.
And you suck.
Yeah, fucked up, boyo.
You suck too much.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm done with Kevin Spacey.
I don't think he's going to do anything after $1 Billion Boys Club.
No. Not after what happened there.
Interestingly enough, I don't really think he needs to.
I don't think he's
Like, it doesn't really
probably rich
matter.
as hell.
Well, he's going to spend a lot of money on lawyers to get him out of long years in prison.
Yeah, but he still gets fucking royalties and shit from people buying shit on DVD. And like somebody's like, oh, 7, pick it up for fucking $5.
He's like old actor money too.
Yeah.
Like he's not that new age actor shit.
So he'll, even if he like has to spend a lot to keep him out of jail, he's gonna be better off than I am, because those student loans are coming. Fucking up my credit.
All right, any more great scenes from this movie?
Not great thing, but I did want to say one thing that made no sense to me is the very beginning of the movie when Lady Gaga is in the bathroom and she's like refusing to marry this guy over the phone. Do you remember that? I don't. That scene to me just felt wasted.
I think it was kind of to show that her life is a mess.
I can see that, but like they never reference that again. Like she never talks about.
She did, saying that she had just broke up with her boyfriend in one scene.
When?
She was talking to either Ramon or...
It was Ramon.
Was that when they were like at work immediately after?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because if that still doesn't make it very effective. Like this, you were with somebody and he proposed to you, like whatever.
Well, the nigga proposed to her like on the phone right there.
Because she was breaking up with him, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's to show her life is a mess.
But also, like, this is immediately followed by like, people have always told me I'm ugly. Like, I'm just like, this is so weird to me. I don't. What did we have that scene there for? Why?
To explain that her life is a mess.
Her life was an absolute mess. She
could have had a shitty day at work and her life would have been a mess.
She wanted more.
And her dad was kind of an asshole.
But everybody has shitty days at work and their life isn't a mess.
And I get that.
She kept saying how like people in the music industry have always put her down because she's ugly or her nose is too big was her big thing. And
mainly it was her dad though. Like, even though he was nice throughout the movie, he's like showing her to her friends. He's like, look at that, the voice of an angel, you know.
Sometimes but she wasn't so ugly.
He didn't say it like that, but
pretty much.
Well, that's because he just passed on what he knew. He was put down for not being as good as Frank.
Like, and he thought he could sing as good as him, but he just didn't look as good.
Yeah,
that's why he didn't make it.
And that's why he couldn't make it. And that's the same thing he was relaying to her. And it just shitty circumstances because looks aren't everything.
If you're definitely if you want to go into the music industry, I'd recommend that this is a movie that you'd watch because it explains a lot.
And it's uplifting.
And it's up
before people die.
before the fucking ending. The
story, don't get into drugs.
The story is just it's awesome. You know, I was waiting the entire movie to see when he's going to collapse because there's no way he can do the amount of drugs that he's been doing and the amount of hard liquor consumption that he's been doing without him ever collapsing. And then he finally did it at the awards.
The Oscars.
The
Grammys.
One last thing that bugged me, his ears going out because of his he says it was a birth defect, but then I don't know. His problem with his ears was not as strong of a story element as I thought it was going to be.
Well, that's why he had to take the pills.
But they told him that there was no way that they were going to be able to fix his ears, and he had to use the hearing aid after that.
Well, the pills were like pain pills for like the headaches that he got from the ringing in his ears.
And the steroid shot that he was taking as well.
That was also weird. I was like, what the fuck? Just taking steroids. Yeah, I just got to stay buff. This is how I do it. You know, just one shot in the ass every month. I'm good.
I guess.
But the hearing aids, yeah, I just feel like out of nowhere, like his hearing was fine. And they were like, yeah, the hearing aids, they fixed it.
Well, he never put the hearing aids in.
I thought at the very end, like he said, like he didn't hear the ringing.
He refused to. He may have put it in at the end, but he wasn't playing music at the end.
Yeah, I just thought it was weird because it seemed like they fixed it like really easily out of nowhere.
Maybe there was just too much other shit going on.
Could have just been that he finally got clean there for a little bit. That was when he said that his hearing was better. Was after all that.
Yeah, I thought he had said he put in the hearing aids, but I looked at his ears and there weren't any hearing aids. So
You can hide hearing aids, though. They don't stick out like they used to.
Oh,
They were big ones. They showed them though. They were like normal ones, and he complained about how like he would always be in his head instead of with the crowd if he was
we
wearing
didn't
hearing
hear it the way
aids.
they hear it.
Well, no, it would like he would always be thinking about these hearing aids that people can see. That's why he didn't want to wear them. But see, I don't even know if getting clean would have helped because it was something he had from birth.
Because he stuck his head in a fucking record player.
Yeah, he said he had it from birth, but I don't know. Those are my small complaints. Otherwise, I thought it was a great fucking movie. And you guys agreed.
Go see the movie.
Go see it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. You'll cry. Take your girl to it. She'll cry.
Take your man to it, he'll cry.
Take your man to it. He'll
There's
cry.
at least 4 awards that this movie could walk out with. At least 4.
I can see it. If it doesn't walk out with one, it's a snub.
Unless Hollywood just drops fucking hitters for the next like 4 months.
Just straight fucking winners. Oh,
I don't
man.
know what they've got left in the tank to drop.
We got
There
what?
might be some random shit.
Halloween, Nutcracker. When does fucking Immortal Engines come out?
Well, that's December 14th.
God.
And same as Miles Morales. Miles
Yep.
Morales.
Into the
We're nominating it
Spider-Verse.
for an Oscar. Let's get it.
Best animated movie of the year.
What was the other one? I was
Totally not beating out Incredibles 2, but we're going to fight for it.
The
We
hate,
can try.
the Hate You Give. People have been saying are really good.
Shit. What about, what the fuck was it? Green Book or whatever that you did?
Fuck. Yeah.
With Vigo and Mahershala Ali
Oh, yeah.
with his shortened name. Because he's the one that has like the,
Mahershala. I don't know why it's so hard to say it outside of like, now I can say it. But
Mahershala?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mahershala.
But that one looks incredible too. That could be a doozy for actor and supporting actor.
There's one more I'm thinking of. I can't think what it is, but there's still some good stuff coming. Oh, the Robin Hood one. Is that coming out?
That comes out in
But that's not going to be like
November,
an Oscar.
December.
Let me tell you, Jamie Foxx is in it, and Taron Egerton in it. Maybe they'll make it work.
That is true. I don't know when Jamie Foxx hasn't been in a hit. Hasn't not been in a hit, I guess, in years.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in Baby Driver, Django, Ray.
Yeah.
What else has he been in that's like... I don't think he's been in a normal movie.
Enough for a dude who had to change his name to make people think he was female. So they would fucking give him auditions. If you didn't know that, he did that. His name's not Jamie.
What is it?
I don't know what it was originally.
Do I got to do that?
Your name is Stacy.
Exactly. So do I got to change my name so they don't think I'm female? Oh, he did it so they think he's female?
Yeah.
Oh.
You'll be
That's
good
how
then.
he would get auditions. That's how he changed it to Jamie.
Oh.
You'll be good then.
Yeah, I
You got
should
nothing to
do
worry
it.
about.
I'm going to go to Hollywood, guys. All right. Well, I think that concludes our spoiler discussion. We all agree, go see it. Is there anything else that you'd like to add, Con?
I guess my question would be like, what would you grade it?
4.5.
4.5 out of 5.
4.5 all the way around.
It's
I think,
fucking
yeah,
good.
this
That's
is
the first one we had that was unanimous.
Why
I
didn't
mean-
you guys give it that extra 0.5?
It's good, but it's not perfect.
Okay. What would you give a solid 5 out of 5 to?
Jesus.
Oh yeah, he does that.
That's it. Just Jesus.
I don't know what I would give for a 5 out of 5.
Well, that's
I'd
the
have
whole
to think
thing.
about that. Like what? Maybe Godfather.
I'd give The Dark Knight. I haven't seen Godfather. I've heard they're great. I'd give 7 a 5 out of 5.
My thing about a 5 out of 5 is because you're saying it's like perfect. I don't think any movie is perfect. Like I think there's always something that could have been done better. So it's really hard for me to think of a 5 out of 5.
The Sandlot is a 5 out of 5. Rocky is a 5 out of 5.
Fuck Rocky. I know. I just had to take that shot. I know you love Rocky.
You're just being nostalgic right now. It's because you love baseball and you love Rocky. Why are they 5 out of 5s?
Why? Name one thing wrong with The Sandlot.
Right now, I can't think off the top of my head. I'd have to dissect the fucking movie.
Yeah, so watch your motherfucking mouth. You can't name it, then it's facts till you can disprove it.
I would be good with Sandlot out of 5.
I can't think of anything wrong with Sandlot.
There's so much nostalgia there for it, just from being that kid that played baseball on a field similar to that. All the way to just their adventures of trying to get that baseball that was signed by some guy named Baby Ruth. You know, the interactions between all the kids and how they grew to become friends and everything.
You know what?
Getting kicked out of the pool.
Can I pause real quick?
I mean, all kinds of shit. There's nothing. I can't think of anything.
Nothing wrong.
Okay,
Perfect.
We're gonna pause real quick. I feel like we should just like dedicate an episode to movies that, like, not top 5 movies of
The year.
but like our top 5. We've talked about our top 5 before, but you didn't say Sandlot in your top 5. Your top 5 are like all fucking Rocky movies.
They weren't all Rocky movies.
Yeah, they were pretty much Rocky movies.
I don't remember what I said in my
It
top
was
5.
Rocky, Rocky 2, Rocky 3,
No, that was the joke one.
Rocky 4, and then Creed, because fuck Rocky 5.
Did I say it was that? I don't think I ever went in depth on my real like top 5 movies of all time.
No.
Because none of us really have. We kind of did a little bit.
Yeah,
We've just done
it's
talks
hard
about it. We could always do
We should do like a best movies ever and a worst movies ever. Like top 5 best, top 5 worst.
I know exactly what the worst movie is, and I can't think of the name of it. I tried to expunge it from my memory. It was on Netflix in 2012. I remember the
Is it
exact...
The Room?
Huh?
Is it The Room?
No, but I remember the room I was in when I watched it. I fucking hated that movie.
we could always do a baseball one, drop it for opening day next year.
That'd be fun. Just basically, there was such good baseball movies
Mr.
back in the day.
Baseball, Rookie of the Year, Little Big League, Sandlot, Major League
The Rookie.
with Brendan Fraser.
No.
Right?
It has what's his name? Fucking does it have Brendan Fraser? No. I don't remember I don't know the names of those actors. Like I didn't
Brendan Fraser. What was the team?
I don't remember. Oh, I think it was the Dodgers. Angels in the outfield, by the way.
Oh, the Rookie
Yeah.
with Dennis Quaid. The pitching one.
Maybe. Is that called The Rookie? I was thinking
Yeah, that was the Rookie. That came out in 2002.
I'm thinking of the one where the kid like breaks his arm.
That's Rookie of the Year.
That's Rookie of the Year. Okay.
Okay,
That one
maybe
was
it's not
great.
the worst movie ever, but it's pretty bad. It was Bully from 2001. That was the movie I was thinking of.
Bully?
Yes.
Bully that has oh my god,
Brad Renfro, Bijou Phillips, Rachel Miner, Nick Stahl,
No, I was thinking something else.
Michael Pitt, Leo Fitzpatrick, Kelly Garner.
My nigga, nobody knows who you're talking.
Exactly. It's got a 7.1 on IMDb, but a 45 Metascore.
That's not bad, actually.
I know. But it was 1 star on Netflix when I watched it. I remember it was a half a star.
But your stars are based off what you.
No, this was in 2012.
No, they were still based off what you watched. The star system was even this rating system. Like the stars and the rating system are basically the same thing. It's just not stars anymore. Like
The stars were user driven at the time.
the stars were user driven. The stars weren't user driven. The stars were based on you. Based on what you watch, they would give you certain stars. Now it's based off of users.
I don't know if I agree with that. I'm gonna have to do some research.
facts, bro. Look it up.
I'm gonna. Anyway, do we have anything else?
Follow us on Twitter at ___ for the people. Follow us on Instagram at the same thing. ___ for the people. Follow me at @apes.
Follow me at the Gangler.
Follow me at Droid Waller.
And
WALL.
Yes.
Okay.
If you
Just
don't
need
know,
to clarify that for the people.
yeah, we always got to clarify the double L's, or double D's.
Right. You don't want to confuse it for something else.
Because it's droid 1D or 2?
it's one.
Okay, just making sure.
We tried to do the double D thing, but it didn't happen.
We tried.
Absolutely
Big Daddy.
not.
You know what does have 2 D's?
Daddy?
Daddy.
Big Daddy Droid with the double
God.
D.
Let it go.
All right. Well, this has been Movies for the People.
Thanks for joining us today, and maybe it's time to let the old ways die.